we know that 2 people have been rescued after that bridge collapse. And tonight we continue our live team coverage with Fox 35's Murray Ettinger. So Murray, you spoke with the local first responder about what those crews in Baltimore are dealing with right now.
Yeah, dive team expert told me the timing of this crash, middle of the night, about 1:30 a.m., is in a way somewhat lucky. It means there are fewer people on the bridge than there would have been, say, at rush hour. But we know the bridge was not completely clear. So now dive teams are still out there hoping to be able to bring people to safety.
It was devastating to watch.
Lieutenant Kyle Hare heads the training for the Seminole County Fire Department's rescue dives. He told me this will be an enormous test for dive teams. The port at Baltimore Harbor is one of the busiest in the nation, and the water is now riddled with wreckage.
So you have to deal with the depth, you have to deal with the water temperature, you have to deal with, the zero visibility, diving conditions when you're in and around the structure in order to find the cars.
Since the river is also affected by the tides, the teams have to deal with currents that vary in strength and direction. How do you guys deal with all that?
Very carefully.
Another challenge. In central Florida, our springs and rivers stay around 70 or 72 degrees this time of year. But up in Maryland, the water temperature in the Patapsco River is around 48 degrees.
Your body temperature drops significantly faster in water because the convection of the water over the skin pulls heat off very quickly.
Dive teams will use sonar to help narrow down their search. They already know of several cars in the water. President Biden said today the federal government will pay to repair or replace that bridge. And Governor Ron DeSantis also tweeted out that he is offering any assistance that the state of Maryland might need. John?
Yeah, so Murray, you also checked in with a few harbor pilots today. What did they have to say about this?
Harbor pilots are responsible for maneuvering the boat around, navigating some difficult waters. So they're responsible for expertise on the boat while the captain of the ship, of the port, while the captain of the ship is responsible for knowledge of the boat itself. Together, they keep both the vessel and the public safe. But preliminary reports had been saying that this particular ship seemed to have lost power, as we mentioned. So navigating the boat, maneuvering it is not going to be possible. The harbor pilot is not going to be able to do his job without power on the boat. So that is some of what we talked about. You can also find more information about that on our website, fox35orlando.com. John?
All right. Once again, Murray Ettinger live along the coast. Thanks, Murray. We'll talk to you in just a bit. And for many people, this tragedy may remind you of that Skyway Bridge collapse back on May 9th of 1980. A freighter called the Summit Venture hit the southbound span during a storm. A huge section of that bridge gave way back then. 6 cars, a truck, and a Greyhound bus fell 150 feet into Tampa Bay. It killed 35 people. It took 7 years to replace that bridge as well.